YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And guys, I'm dropping this video again for the second time because I made a mistake, okay? I had to actually, the right comment, I had the wrong trainer, okay? Because I was actually thinking about another fight that Freddie Roach, that when he was with Amir Khan and when Amir Khan finally fired him. I also think he fired Freddie Roach because he blamed Freddie Roach, for him not performing well. But, his trainer when he fought Breeders Prescott was George Rubio, okay? And George Rubio did tell Amir Khan, do not underestimate this guy. So see, for all you butthurt people that you got a problem with people's videos, okay? And I'm talking to you guys, you have a problem with people's videos, okay? You guys don't ever make a video. You don't do anything, okay? You just sit back and you want to try to insult me because of my opinion, and it's cool. You can insult me, but I don't really care. I can admit, hey, okay, sometimes I make a mistake, but I still do have the right trainer, and the right trainer was George Rubio, and George Rubio told Amir Khan, don't rush in there. He told him that. He told him that point blank. During training camp, this man told Amir Khan, do not underestimate this guy. And that's what Amir Khan did. You see, I've been coaching in the track and field world for over 20 years. And you know what? You can say you feel sorry for any kids that I coach. Well, feel sorry for, over 150 kids that I've trained get a full academic scholarship to an American college, okay? Feel sorry for that. Feel sorry for that. And then you come back and talk to me when you've done any of that. Because let me tell you something. A couple of you, whoever you fanboys are, you come to my page, your eyes will never see some of the places I've been, and you'll never do some of the things that I've done in the sport of track and field. Okay? And that's just the way it is. So go ahead. Feel sorry for every kid that trained with me because they all get full scholarships. What do you got to say about that, you stupid idiots? Okay? This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. And guys, yes, athletes, when they perform poorly, they blame the coach. They blame the coach. And I have been in the sport of track and field for darn near 20 years. And guys, I have set my goal to actually coach in a state level, a national level, and finally, I achieved my dream over 10 years ago of being able to coach on a world level. And I've done that with age group competition. I've done it. But we got so many of these fighters, guys, when they lose, and it's just like any other athlete. They don't want to take responsibility for why they lost. They just want to find a scapegoat to actually do it for them. And I talk about this stuff all the time, I talk about it all the time. And the problem is that athletes don't want to go and do what they need to do outside of practice. They don't want to do it. What they want to do is that they want to go in, they want to do just enough. Okay? They want to do just enough. They want all the benefits of being successful, but then they don't want to put forth the groundwork in order to get there. They just don't want to do it. And that's just the way that is. They just don't want to do it. And, I don't feel bad for any of these guys. You're sitting there blaming your trainer. And I talked about Amir Khan. And George Rubio did tell Amir Khan, don't underestimate this guy. But, Amir, again, did what he wanted to do and got knocked out. Okay? Got knocked out. Got knocked out by Danny Garcia. I mean, it's not the fact of a skill set. Like, I know fighters, they get knocked out every day, and I know fighters, you can lose, and it's not because of anything. You just lost because the fighter was better. I get that. But when your trainer has experience, and they know a certain style of a fighter, they know that style, and then you just kind of religiously don't listen to them, and you take a loss, that's not the trainer's fault. That's your fault. I have kids that come up to me and say, Coach, I want you to train me. And I'm like, what you mean you want me to train you? And then I ask them, as soon as they come at me, well, my coach don't do this, I personally, as a trainer, I don't listen to that. I don't even let them even try to downplay another coach. I don't do it. Because first thing I ask them is, how many times have you practiced outside of your coach training with you? And 9 times out of 10, these children will tell me, well, Coach, I train when we have practice. And see, practice doesn't just mean with the coach. That means you go out there and you work your craft. I worked my craft for over 20 years. Okay, I educate myself and work my craft for over 20 years. And, there's nobody telling me, what, you need to do this. No, I've got over 15,000 hours of track and field knowledge that I've researched on my own so I can be on top of the echelon. And I'm still not done because I've coached a lot of kids to bronze medals in world championship meets. I mean, I've done that. But now, my goal is, hey, I want to coach a lot of gold medalists. I want to coach gold medalists and then eventually, be a coach on the Olympic team. Like I've done that for the USA. I've been a world youth coach for the USA. I've been a world junior coach for the USA. But now I want to get to the pinnacle, and that's be a coach in the Olympics. Well, that's not going to happen if I just sit around and think about it. I have to put action in. I got to get in there and get to work. And I have to work with athletes. But see, the problem with the athletes today is they want their coach to do more than what they're willing to do. And unfortunately, the coach can't get in there and fight for you. The coach can't get in there and fight for you. And, unfortunately, I have to say that really and truly, when Amir Khan suffered a knockout like that, I think really it's because of him actually not listening. It's not even the fact that he's not capable. The guy just didn't listen. Ricky Hatton. I mean, good grief, man. This man, Ricky Hatton, blamed Floyd Mayweather Sr. And I'm hard on Floyd Mayweather Sr. Y'all know that. I'm hard on this dude. I'm real hard on him. But, I don't blame Floyd for Ricky Hatton getting knocked out. I blame Ricky Hatton for Ricky Hatton getting knocked out. I mean, first of all, Floyd was telling you, Ricky, you got to get your hands up. Ricky, you got to move your head. Ricky, you can't run in. I mean, he told Ricky, don't go in like that chin first. He told him. He told him that too. He told them that. And people, I'm telling you, I don't think Floyd Mayweather Sr. is the upper echelon trainer, but I think he know enough to know, hey, this will prevent you from getting knocked out. And I've heard Senior say before that, a knockout just don't happen. You got to actually help the other person knock you out. And pretty much Ricky Hatton gave Pacquiao all the ammunition he needed to get knocked out. Ricky Hatton gave it to Pacquiao. That bull in the ring technique, that stuff don't work on people like Floyd, and it don't work on people like Pacquiao. You got the number 2 fighter, pound for pound in the world, and you're running head in first, and you're not going to listen. Now, okay, me personally, Floyd Sr., he knows his son. He knows his son, and they pretty much know, and I'm sorry, I think he knew a little bit more about Pacquiao style than Ricky Hatton did, because I'm sure Floyd Sr. he's been around the game enough to know. And Ricky Hatton he didn't listen. And then too, Ricky Hatton talking about Floyd overtrained him, but Ricky Hatton was going off in the evening working with other people. Like, okay, so tell me, how do you get overtrained when you're overtraining yourself? I never understood that. The reason why Ricky Hatton came up short and he trying to blame Floyd Sr., he the one did that. No, he was cocky. He thought that he was going to run in there and, try to punk Manny Pacquiao. Like, you're going to punk the number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. You're going to punk him, right? You're going to run in there with your dynamic chin, and you're just going to make Manny Pacquiao back up. That's what you're going to do. No. Not only did he not bag Manny Pacquiao up, Manny Pacquiao hit him. That's probably one of the most brutal knockouts I've ever seen. Like, seriously. I mean, that knockout that Ricky Hatton suffered, man, it was brutal, man. Ricky Hatton was just laying there, man. He wasn't moving. He was looking straight up at the ceiling with this glazed over look. But the problem is with these guys, they want all the fame and fortune. They want that. But they don't want to put the groundwork needed to actually be that good. They don't want to do it. I tell this to athletes all the time. When they come to me at a track meet, or they ask me, why I didn't do this, and why it didn't happen, because you said you're the best. Oh, I am. I am the best at what I'm doing on the East Coast. I point blank, I know I'm the best. But I can't be the best because you have to have an athlete that actually buy into them trusting what you know. And if they ain't going to trust what you know, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the best trainer in the world. Your fighters, your athletes ain't going to do one doggone thing. They ain't going to do a doggone thing. They're not going to react. They're not going to respond if they're not doing work on their own. They have to. You have to do work on your own. I mean, look at Adrien Broner. The reason why he got beat is because he don't listen. I've even said I really don't fully blame Michael Stafford for everything. Adrien Broner just don't listen. I mean, Adrien living a lifestyle. That's all Adrien Broner doing is living that lavish lifestyle. He ain't doing nothing else. He living that lifestyle, but he not putting forth the groundwork. Well, when you don't take a vested interest in your career, it just don't happen. It's almost like, you in the classroom and you studying. It's like you studying. And you got to pass, a SAT or an ACT, but you take the test, but you're not really doing anything to prepare for the test on your own. Like, you can have a tutor, you can have everything, but the tutor going to tell you, listen, you need to work on these things to get your skill set better. Well, if you're not working on the things to get your skill set better, chances are you're not going to pass the test. That's just the way that is. It's just the way it is. Okay? I mean, and people, really, really think about it. Think about it. And Floyd Mayweather at his press conference, man, he really said something that was very telling. He pretty much said, I respect my corner. He said, I might not agree with what my corner telling me. He said, but I ain't going to disrespect him. He said, I'm going to listen to him, and because maybe they see something I don't see. People can say they hate on Floyd, and I'm dropping another video about the wisdom of Floyd Mayweather. I'm dropping a video on that. But either way, you can say, the man is crazy, Floyd's an idiot. But he showed a lot of wisdom with that statement. There was a lot of wisdom with that statement. And that's why I understand now why Floyd Mayweather is pretty much so successful. I see why he is. I see why he is where he is. I can even see why Canelo is where he is, okay? Because he got a crappy trainer like El Chepo. I just don't think Chepo a great trainer. Me, I don't, okay? But Canelo is pretty much motivated. He's motivated. When you see pictures of Canelo, you don't really see Canelo, like really blowed up that big. You don't see him like heavily overweight. I've never seen a photo of Canelo outside of training, where he was like severely overweight. And I think Canelo really takes his craft seriously. And that's why, Canelo is a pay-per-view star. He most certainly is one. And Canelo is going to rise. People like, and I'm thinking, when Floyd retires, people keep saying it's Errol Spence. They keep thinking it's Keith Thurman. I think Canelo's stock going to rise even more. Okay, me personally, that's what I think it is. I think Canelo is going to be the guy because he also works hard at what he does. Canelo works extremely hard. And I believe it. But, people, athletes, when they look for these scapegoats, and you can't find a scapegoat, then what do? You see, then you as an athlete, you got to take that on your shoulders, and you got to do it. Now, one thing I can respect about Adrien Broner, he didn't go out there and blame Michael Stafford. He didn't say it was Michael Stafford's fault. He didn't say it. He didn't say it. I can even appreciate Manny Pacquiao. When Pacquiao, when he got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. Pacquiao didn't blame Freddie Roach. He didn't say it was Freddie Roach's fault. He said it was his fault. Now when Floyd Mayweather beat him, no, he ain't take that one on the chin. He pretty much said it's because Floyd was running. But when he got knocked out cold by Marquez, he didn't blame his trainer. And it was real easy because Manny Pacquiao could have easily said, well, Freddie Roach didn't prepare me. We didn't work on this, we didn't work on that, but he didn't do that. But, people like Amir Khan and people like Ricky Hatton, and there are a couple other people, even people like James Kirkland. Can you imagine James Kirkland? Now, get this. He blamed Ann Wolfe, saying that Ann Wolfe didn't push him hard enough. He was undefeated under Ann Wolfe, and he ain't blamed the new trainer when he got knocked out. He did, a spin-out punch. Like they do in Punch-Out when a guy get knocked out. Man, James Kirkland did a 180 and hit the ground. He ain't blamed that coach for his loss. And he blamed Ann Wolfe for winning. I don't get it. But none of these athletes are going to reach the level of a Canelo, of a Cotto, of a Mayweather. They ain't going to reach that level because they want all the benefits that come with being that good, but they don't want to do all the work that's needed to be that good. And that's just the way that is. That's just the way it is. And, we'll see more megastar athletes when these athletes start taking responsibility for what they got to do. And I'm telling you, that's just what's going to happen. You can't be good at one thing. You can't be good at anything unless you have a vested interest in being that darn good. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. Oh, and before I go, you want to comment on the video, that's fine. You make a comment. But see, before you start criticizing me, okay, you can go Google me all day, okay? You can Google me, and anything that I'm telling you is true about my coaching career. So see, whoever you are, fanboy, whoever you were, okay, you're sitting there, you're running your mouth, okay? You try to coach on a level that I coach. What have you done in your lifetime, buddy? What have you done in your lifetime? This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. Subscribe.